Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the two noble kinsmen, and today we get to hear mostly from Palamon, but a little tiny bit from Arcite, as the two of them are chatting in Thebes. And I believe these are the two noble kinsmen for whom the play is named, and they are nephews to King Creon, who is the king of Thebes. And they're talking. They started out the scene with Arcite saying, we need to get out of Thebes. We need to go see the world and explore and learn things. And Palamon responds by saying, yeah, things are kind of crappy. Like, these poor soldiers don't have anything anymore. And Arcite is like, wait, that's all you see is problems with soldiers? And Palamon's like, yeah, no, but I see everybody having issues everywhere, and I point them out. And Arcite's like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. If we stay here, we're going to be corrupted because there's evil temptations all over the place that are they're gonna bear down on us and take us over. And Palamon says, "'Tis in our power, unless we fear that apes can tutors, to be masters of our manners. What need I affect another's gait, which is not catching, when there is faith? Or to be fond upon another's way of speech, when mine own might be reasonably conceived, saved too, speaking it truly. Why am I bound by any generous bond to follow him follows his tailor? Haply so long until the followed make pursuit. Or let me know why mine own barber is unblessed. With him my poor chin too, for 'tis not scissored just to such a favourite's glass. What cannon is there that does demand my rapier from my hip to dangle it in my hand, or to go tiptoe before the street be foul? Either I am the fore-horse in the team, or I am none that draw in the sequent trace. These poor slight sores need not a plantain. That which rips my bosom almost to the heart's our Uncle Creon. He, a most unbounded tyrant, whose successes makes heaven unfeared and villainy assured beyond its power. There's nothing almost puts faith in a fever and defies alone voluble chance, who only attributes his faculties of other instruments to his own nerves and act, commands men's service, and what they win it, boot and glory on, that fears not to do harm, good dares not. Let the blood of mine that sib to him be sucked from me with leeches. Let them break and fall off me with that corruption." So, a couple things to unpack here. First of all, Palamon he would rather be a trendsetter than a trend follower. That's what that whole bit is. He's like, why should I, Arcite talks about all these temptations in Thebes that might corrupt them. And he's like, but why should I adopt someone else's walk or way of speech or style of dress or way that they do their hair? Why should I take all of that on when I'm perfectly fine by myself? And the people that are adopting other people's fashions are just doing that in the hopes that somebody else will then adopt theirs. He's like, this is silly. I'm gonna make my own decisions. I'm gonna be who I am and who I want to be. There's no reason to get involved with any of that. Who says that I have to do any of that stuff? And Arcite says, our Uncle Creon. At which point Palamon lets us know what he really thinks about the Uncle Creon. He hates him. He thinks that Creon is evil and horrible and steals things from the men in his service and all of this sort of thing. He goes so far as to say, let the blood that I share with him, because he's my uncle, let the blood that I share with him be sucked out of my body by leeches. That's how much he loves his Uncle Creon. So Arcite is like, yes, okay, good, I can work with this. Let's go. Let's leave Thebes, because now they can be on the same page. They can want to get away from Creon and or go see the world, whatever. So Arcite is like, yes, okay, let's go, let's leave. And Palamon's like, all right, let's get out of Thebes. Thebes. But then Valerius shows up, and Valerius says, the king Creon wants to talk to you because Theseus is going to come and attack us. Because remember, Theseus is on his way to attack Creon because he killed those 3 kings and won't give their bodies back for a proper burial. And he's like, you have to come and fight this war on behalf of your uncle. And then Palamon and Arcite are like, we really don't want to ally ourselves with him. But they finally decide that by fighting this war on Creon's behalf, they're fighting on behalf of Thebes, not on behalf of Creon, and they can make that distinction in their mind that they need to save their home from ruin and that sort of a thing. So they agree that they will join the effort, join the war. They're like, wait, this war is starting now? Like, we got to go now? Valerius is like, yeah. So they all go off so that they can be prepared to fight a war against Theseus, who is on his way to attack them. And that's the end of Act 1, Scene 2. Huzzah! So now I've got all kinds of things happening. Nobody likes Creon. We have these 2 guys who want to leave, but they're fighting for him anyway. We've got an impending war to happen, which I don't actually think we see much of in this play. But yeah, and we're only in Act 1, Scene 2. So tomorrow join us for Act 1, Scene 3, and we'll see where all of this is going to go. I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.